Evening. Good evening. Welcome to the first in a series of ClubRunner skill building sessions. I'm Gwen Carr, one of the members of the District Learning and Development Team and your facilitator for this evening. In August, your training team deployed a survey regarding ClubRunner. 189 District 7430 Rotarians responded. 65% of them said they would attend ClubRunner training. And we had 90 various responses as to what they wanted in the ClubRunner training. So in this evening's session, we have three presenters. We have Cindy Horniman covering the ClubRunner Basics. Shushma Patel is going to talk to us a little bit about some intermediate skills. And Amy Scheller is going to give us a taste of My Rotary. So we wanted to give you a little bit of taste of My Rotary as well. So there will be Q&A sessions. So please also feel free to use the chat. And I'm going to ask each presenter to introduce themselves at the beginning of their session. So Cindy, we will start with you and the basics.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I want everybody to think simple as we go through this. I see many people that I know have used ClubRunner a lot, and I have been talking to a lot of people this past week that didn't even know what ClubRunner was. So let's go back a ways and let's talk about what ClubRunner is. For those of you who already use ClubRunner, also think differently, because the things you may learn tonight may help you think about how other people in your club can also use ClubRunner. If everybody goes back a ways, in the mid-early 2000s, a lot of Rotary clubs were trying to start websites, trying to keep track of data, using spreadsheets, trying to start newsletters, and everybody around the world was doing it in different ways. There was a Rotarian, fancy that, in Mississauga, Canada, near Ontario, in about 2003, who was an IT person. And he said, you know what, we have to do something to help Rotarians around the world combine our resources for things like communication, for things like website development, and things like club management. Hence, ClubRunner was initiated. Today, and there were many other software companies that all around the world Rotarians were looking at. Today, however, ClubRunner has several thousand clubs around the world in over 30 countries. It has won awards for its participation and for its software. In our district of 47 clubs, we only have a couple clubs that do not currently use ClubRunner, either new clubs or they had website before. So knowing that, here's what ClubRunner can do. It can offer a way to connect not just your club, but all the clubs in our district. It can offer a way to communicate. It can offer a way to manage your club. It can offer a way to do newsletters, as well as archive all of your data and establish events. So if you think about it that way, with one package, how much more effective your club can be and make it simple. So even if you've used it before, think of the ways that you can improve. So we're going to first start out. I'm going to share a screen, and we're going to go through some very basics. Just give me a minute because it So we're just going to use a club web page. So many of your clubs have web pages. This happens to be the Emmaus web page. So the first thing to do to get in to use ClubRunner is to go to your club's web page. Most of them say the name of the club and where they're located. It might be EmmausRotaryClub.org, Allentown West RotaryClub.org, Harleysville RotaryClub.org, or whatever. And up in the right-hand corner, you do member login. And you're going to get a little screen like this. Now, if you've never done this before, the first thing you do is on the right-hand side, you go new user. And they're going to say, enter your last name and your email address. And it's also going to give you a little down menu of which club you're in. So again, member login, new user, last name, email address, press submit. You will then get an email back with your name, mine's Cynthia.Horniman. A 4-letter number. Every club is assigned a different number. It is not your club ID number. You then enter a password. And when you first start, you'll be asked to set up a password, and then you press login. And then you'll see the home page. So everybody get that? But now let's take a look at some of the first things and things that you can take a look at doing. Up on the right-hand top, and mine's going to be a little different than some of yours just because I have administrative rights, which Shushma will talk about. But let's say you want to find out and contact somebody. You go into the member area. At the top, in blue and white, are various things you can do. So let's start out with membership. You want to see members in your club, or you want to contact somebody. It'll give you all of the member names. And I'm going to just pick on a member of my club who I always pick on. You can click on that name and it'll give you information about that person. Okay, anytime you want to find out or you can always press the arrow key and go back. But let's say you really just want to email that person. There are 2 ways. You can click on the member name and you can click on the mail and you can send Dawn an email. Hey, I've been thinking about you. Also, let's talk about another key thing is communication. Let's say you're a committee chair or you have an event. You can email all the members of your club. And how do you do that? By composing a new message. Hi, everyone. This is a test. It is like a Word document. You type it in, or you can copy and paste from a Word document. Hi, everyone. You can then decide who you want to send that to. You can send it in to all the active members in your club. And then at the bottom, you can send it to yourself first, or you can send it to everybody. I'm going to send it to myself because I don't think my club would want to get an email that said, hi, everyone from me. Okay, so those are the first simple things that you could learn about ClubRunner. Do it as a test, see if it works, and you can have better communication within your club. Now we'll go back to home, and I'm going to stop sharing. So just based on that, what questions does anybody have? Again, this is pretty simple. We're going to start with communication. Nobody sleeping yet?
Yeah, Dan has raised his hand.
Okay, Dan.
Hey, I have a question. Let's say the member says, I heard a Club Runner. I think I was on it a couple of years ago. Do they go in as new member or forgot password?
I think the first thing that, and it depends, it depends on how long ago. Many members have sometimes changed emails, and we get a lot of questions on that. So the first thing is to try to go in as a current member. If that doesn't work, try step 2, forgot my password. If that doesn't work, we had one person from another club who's been trying her email got hacked and she had to reset up a completely new thing. So if you can't get in, step 1, forgot your password. Step 2, do a new user. And step 3, contact one of us and we can walk you through it.
Okay, sounds good.
So Sarah has a question for you.
Yes.
Hi, my club currently does not use ClubRunner, so I apologize if this is a little elementary. But when you send a message through ClubRunner, is that your own private outbox, so to say?
Yes.
Or do you have access? So like it wouldn't be a way for, like a club archive.
Well, there's two answers to that. You can email, and emails are archived to keep track of what is sent to all members. And I can see all the emails that I sent. And the web person in your club can also, as an administrator, see all the emails that everyone in your club has sent. If you want to see, like, what did you do last year when you communicated an event? Okay, so it's both things.
Awesome. So it depends on what privileges you give people.
Exactly.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you.
This is Susan. I have a question. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead. So we have some distribution lists set up, and I forget how to add and subtract people from those lists. Are you going to get into that level of detail?
We're not today, but we will in the intermediate session. Because that relates to, oftentimes separate lists can be made for committees and committee chairs that are there. And we will show you how to do that. And that is really key for keeping track of things as well.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, please. I've been using the app instead of the online thing. Can I send I can't figure out how to send emails to everybody from the app.
Well, we're going to cover that next, Donna. You are way ahead of the game.
Okay, I'm delighted it's a possibility.
Yes. Shushma's going to show everybody how to install the app and do the basics and using the app as well.
Okay.
Good question,
Perfect.
Don. Thank
Yes.
you.
That's Donna. Hi, Jill. You have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you explain to Jerry how to unmute himself? He's trying to talk. Where does
Jerry's trying to talk? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. How does he get unmuted?
Jerry, in the bottom left hand on the screen, it says mute. Press that and unmute.
There's a little microphone.
It looks like a microphone on the bottom left of your screen. Nope.
He can also go to the top of his picture.
Cindy, you may have muted him in the very beginning.
No, we didn't mute everybody.
I muted people that when the
Right.
noises were coming, so I just unmuted him.
There you go.
Thank
Right.
you. I'm unmuted. Question I have for you, Cindy.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of our new luncheon program, but I can't assume that all of our Rotarians are familiar with the ClubRunner. How do I know I'm reaching them all?
Well, if you're sending an email and your members are added into ClubRunner with their data, which usually in your club secretary would do, then you will reach them all. Or when you send an email, you can actually, on the left-hand side, where it says your distribution list, you can press that and it will show the names of everybody that's receiving the email.
Okay, all right, good, good. Thank you.
And if you need help with that, Shushma and I can walk you through that.
Okay, thanks, Cindy.
It'll also tell you where there's problems too.
Exactly. Exactly. Other questions?
I had one question. When you send a group email, does it go to their regular email box or do they have to log into ClubRunner to see the email?
It will go to whatever email they have listed in their membership data. In general, it's their regular emails.
Right, good.
Cindy, can you make a group list? So we're doing our taste in tunes and I feel I have to send to the same people all the time. And sometimes it's, you know, it's 12 people.
That are not members of your club?
They are members. So
Yes.
when I go to do another group email, is there a way of avoiding listing each one?
Yes. In the intermediate session, and Shushma will talk a little bit about that. If
Okay.
they're part of your Taste and Tunes committee or
Mhm.
group, you can set them up as a committee and then list them and send that group an email.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, we'll have time for more questions. And again, this is to get you thinking. Some of you use this. What can we do differently? What can we connect people together with? So now we're going to switch just a little bit, and I'm going to turn you over to Gwen again, who's going to introduce our next topic.
Okay, thanks for your questions. That was really good. I'm always afraid when people won't have questions, but you had some really good ones. So we're going to introduce now My Rotary. So this is something, it's an extra treat for you tonight. So it's not just ClubRunner, we're also talking about My Rotary. And we have our public image chair, Amy Scheller here, who's going to give us just a little taste of My Rotary. Hopefully in the future, we can delve into this again. We are going to have additional ClubRunner sessions and My Rotary sessions. So this is just the start. So Amy, I'll hand it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Amy Scheller. I am from the Kutztown Rotary Club, and as Gwen said, I am serving as the District Public Image Chair. But I'm very excited to be presenting to you about My Rotary. So I'm just going to start my screen there. 1 second. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Great. So My Rotary is one of the amazing benefits that we have by being Rotary members. It is different than the public-facing Rotary website, which is rotary.org. To access My Rotary, you want to go to my.rotary.org. That's going to be the area where you'll be able to log in and access a whole host of membership exclusive tools, resources, and information to really help your membership experience grow and support you throughout your Rotary journey. So just kind of like maybe a raise of hands, how many people have already logged into My Rotary and have a My Rotary account? Okay, see a few. Okay, all right, awesome, great. So if you already have your My Rotary account, you'll click sign into My Rotary. If you've not logged into My Rotary, you're going to register for an account and you'll click this button here. And it is very easy steps. After you click that button, you'll be asked to create an account. So the big tip that I have for you is that you're going to want to use the email address that you used when you signed up as a member with your club. That's going to help connect you so that Rotary knows that you're a member, and this process will go very smooth from there. So once you create an account with your name, your email, you'll get an email to activate your account. So you'll create a password, make a secure password and save it. and then you'll log in using that username and password. If your email address matches their records, no further steps will be needed to take. If it doesn't match, you'll get a third step where you'll have to verify your member status. But still very simple, and then you'll have access to My Rotary, and we're gonna show you here. So that first page that I saw you changes slightly, a little bit. They have news articles at the top that change every once in a while, and then you'll see the columns will start to customize to your Rotary experience there. So the top box there is going to have your club snapshot. So it's going to give information about your club, where your club meets, your president, information like that. The box underneath of that is your personal profile. So you can click on that to go to your profile. You can upload a photo. You can put in information, contact information, your also your skills, your vocation, your birth date as well too. So you can put all of that in there. It'll also show you the list of roles that you've held within your Rotary Club. So it's kind of cool to see your Rotary journey through there. At the very bottom, you have messages. So similar to ClubRunner, people can send you messages once you're logged into My Rotary. The bottom box is group discussions, and we'll talk a little bit about this, but you can join groups that you're interested in. So a lot of the groups that I have joined are public image related. They have membership groups. If you're a certain role within your club, they have groups about that. And that's places where people all around the world, where you can connect with Rotarians that are interested in that topic, ask questions and share ideas. So you'll have your quick links for your group discussions there. And then the other box is online tools. So this is a quick link to some of the really great, amazing online tools that we have access to as Rotary members. There are also a lot of information up in the blue bar of navigation of different information about Rotary there as well. But we're going to talk a little bit more about these online tools. So Rotary Club, so Club Central. This is really mainly geared towards the leaders in your club. So your club presidents and your president-elects. This is an online tool to help clubs set and track their goals and achievements. Your club leaders will have a little bit deeper access, but you can log in and see your membership stats of your club for the past couple of years. You can also see the goals that your president set for this year, so you can help them achieve their goals and get that Rotary Presidential Citation. The Brand Center. So they newly redesigned the Brand Center, and it is just fantastic. This is really great for people in your public image team, but also all Rotarians. This is a great place to learn about Rotary's public image. They have templates for Rotary brochures, for radio ads. You can download photos that you can use in all of your promotions, and also videos too as well. This is a fantastic area. And again, it's newly redesigned, and you don't have to be logged into My Rotary to access this, but it's a great area. Rotary Showcase. So this is an online application that allows Rotarians and Rotaractors to share their stories of their club's successful projects with people all around the world. So you can explore good work that we are doing locally and globally. You can also share these projects on social media. You can find global partners. So if you start to explore this area, you can see the projects. You can click on the projects, and this one says they're completed. The third one down here, this is a project from a Rotary Club in Nepal, and they are seeking partners to help them achieve this project that they have mapped out. You can also upload your own club's service projects in progress and completed there with photos and descriptions. It's a great idea sharing section of My Rotary. And the Learning Center. So the Learning Center is so very valuable. It's a great place It's a one-stop shop for learning to help make the most of your Rotary experience. It's great for new members, but also members that just want to learn a little bit more about general Rotary topics, or maybe a new role that they're taking on within their club. You can search by sections, and these are courses that are done at your leisure. You can stop and go, and they're also mobile friendly, so you can do them on your phone as well. And there is so much more on My Rotary. You'll have access to information about our foundation. You can set up giving options to give to the foundation. You can give to certain areas of focus or to Polio Plus. That's all on there. There is a whole host of membership tools about how to build a vibrant and welcoming club and how to grow your membership. You can learn about Rotary Action Groups, which are independent Rotary affiliated groups made up of people around the world who are experts in a particular field, such as economic development, peace, environment, or water. You can also learn about Rotary Fellowships. So these are also groups, but they're centered around hobbies. So people who have a central interest around a hobby, Rotarians who like motorcycles, Rotarians who drink beer, pretty much any hobby or interest that you have, there's probably a Rotary Fellowship, or you could start one. Rotary International also has several apps too as well. Oh, I ended it. There's membership exclusive discounts and so much more. So I hope that you'll take a time to explore My Rotary. And does anybody have any questions?
So I have a
one
question. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, the question I have is, do you have, if I'm program chair and I'm looking for diversity, do you have access to various speakers of all sorts of backgrounds to make, because attendance is very much tied in with program.
With programming. So I see that Bob Hoba is on here. He has developed a speaker list. Bob, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll speak to that. Jerry, I have a list of people and I'll send it to you. I'll just make a note to send you the speakers list. It's supposed to be on our district website.
Well, I'm glad you're on, Bob.
Hey, I'm glad to see you.
So Amy, I have a question for you. What if, like Sarah, we don't have ClubRunner? Can I still get to My Rotary?
Absolutely. Yep. If you are a Rotary member or a Rotaract member, you have access to My Rotary. You can log in and you get all of these great benefits for learning and development.
Okay, other questions?
Yeah.
Would I use that?
Maybe you've answered this. I'm supposed to lead in my club. How we get warm clothes for people. How do we go about it? Who do we ask? A fundraiser. How would I get to my district to see what are they doing? Some new ideas. Because some of us are doing a lot of the same projects. You know, winter's coming, so it's gloves and coats and boots.
Sure, yeah. So I'm going to direct you to maybe two places, and there may be some other people that might be able to offer some suggestions. So in the Learning Center on My Rotary, there are courses on developing and promoting a fundraiser. So there are courses that you could take on there, also courses on public image. So if you're looking to promote that service project and get it out into the community, there are courses on that as well. You don't have to be a public image professional. They will really give you all the tools and walk you through on the best practices of how to promote a service project or your Rotary Club. I am also going to direct you to we have a Facebook group called Rotary District 7430 Vibrant Clubs. That is an open community for district Rotarians to share with each other, to share ideas, ask for partnerships with clubs, and also share your expertise too as well. You can promote your fundraisers on there too. So those would be my two suggestions.
I like it.
So how do I get there? How do I get to that Facebook page?
So you could search that name.
Yeah.
Rotary District 7430 Vibrant Clubs. That'll
Vibrant.
come up and you'll want to click join for that. And then I also, once my little session is done, I'll put a link in the chat to that as well.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
So
Additionally, Jill, you should talk to your club president. You have an assistant governor. Kathy Heller is your assistant governor, and she meets with the other club presidents and they talk about their various projects. The assistant governors then meet all together with the leadership team and talk about various projects. So if there's something you want to find out what's going on, that's another alternative as well.
Oh, that's a good avenue to try also. I like both of those.
So Amy, Janet has a question for you too.
Hi, Janet.
Well, we brought up about Sarah and a club that isn't a club user of ClubRunner. Do those members still have access to ClubRunner, perhaps through the district website?
Yes, Cindy is nodding. Yep.
Yeah, and we're going to go through just a little bit with the district website when Shushma's done tonight.
Okay.
Good
So
question.
We all are connected to ClubRunner, even if our club is not.
That's correct.
So if I have forgotten my donations to Rotary International, Amy, is there a place on My Rotary where I can figure out how I get to the next level?
So, to track your, you know what? I bet Cindy knows that question.
Yeah, there is a place where you can track your
I'm
donations.
sure there is. I don't know the exact link of how to navigate to there.
Yeah, I do. You have to hover over one of the top sections, right,
Yeah,
Shushma?
we're going to go through that. That's more intermediate in terms of that type of thing. But yeah, if you hover over in your profile and your settings, you can see where you're at. Yes.
Okay, so that's another reason to look at My Rotary. Okay. Any other questions?
I
Great.
just did that today to go on to Rotary.org, and it wasn't easy to find, but after hacking a bit, I was able to locate my records, and it goes all the way back to the beginning of your giving. So, and it's very interesting to see. Our club has a number of folks that every month give as we pay our dues and our meals. We give $10 or some people are $100 a month to the Rotary Foundation. And so each year you can track as they add, in my case, $120 every year just to go right to the foundation.
Okay. Well, thanks, Amy. That was great. And I think some eyes have been opened as to some of the other benefits for using My Rotary. And there's certainly more that we can explore probably at a later date. So, and thanks to all of you for your questions and your interest. So now we'll go to Shushma and talk about the more intermediate pieces of ClubRunner and also websites.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shushma Patel, and I am the District Administrative Assistant. I've also been a part of the Harleysville Rotary since 2008, and I was club secretary for about 8 years. When the district came on with ClubRunner, that's when I started learning about ClubRunner and how to transition from paper all the way to ClubRunner, which is very helpful in managing our membership. So one of the things I want to do is, I think you guys have all heard about, we're showing you the ClubRunner website, but I want to show you how to add ClubRunner to your phone. So I'm going to show the Android way, so I apologize for that. But I will also, I can tell you how to use it, how to download it via iPhones too. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so Android, can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Great, thank you. So with Android, you're going to go to the Play Store, and for iPhones, you're going to go to your App Store. And If you can find the place, I just went into apps up here. And wherever you can search, where generally the magnifying glass is, you can search and you can type in ClubRunner and Rotary or mobile ClubRunner. It'll show you everything there is. So this is what the ClubRunner app looks like. So you can install it on your device. I already have it installed, so that's why it shows install on more devices for me. The one good thing about ClubRunner is, so as long as you're keeping ClubRunner on the website updated with information on everyone's email address, home phone, all that stuff, when you download it on your phone, you'll be able to have access to all that information. But also remember, your login for the website is going to be the same login for the app on the phone. So as long as you have that, you can use it to log in. If you don't have it, you can also ask your secretary or one of the club executives who can reset your password. Generally, the club secretary would be able to do that. And one thing I'm going to tell you about with ClubRunner on my phone is it automatically goes to your home Rotary Club. You can see all your club members in there. You have access to call them directly through your ClubRunner app. You can also email them, text them, and if their home address is in there, you can get directions to their home or to meet up with them. So that's the one good thing about ClubRunner. The other thing is as we're building relationships across the district, in ClubRunner, you can also look at the clubs throughout the district. So let's say I want to meet somebody in a different club. I just pick the club that I want to meet them in, or the club I'm interested in. And then you look at their members and you can choose a person from there. And if they are not in your contacts on your phone, you can actually go to the bottom of that contact on the app and it says add contact. So you can actually add the person into your phone, so it'll be easier to find too, if you don't want to use the app. And also with the ClubRunner app, you get to see all the club listings. It'll tell you where and when their meetings are and their executives, and give you contact information right there in the palm of your hands. I'm going to stop sharing this really quick. And the difference between the app and the using ClubRunner on your website, on a website or your laptop, is the ClubRunner app is a little limited. I believe when I tried it just recently, you can only send one email per person. I don't think you'd be able to do a group email from there. But if you were on the website, you'd be able to do a whole group list if you wanted. So let me show you, when we're talking about sending a group list, let me show you how that is. Okay. So for the clubs to start a list, a distribution list, I guess. Sorry, it's in contacts. And while we are here, I'm actually going to show you. So the other thing to know about ClubRunner is everyone has different access levels. So when you're in here, general members usually have a lower access than club executives do. So that lower your number, that's showing the access right here, it means you may just have general access to different parts of the website of ClubRunner. If you have a higher level, you might have, or sorry, a lower level, you would have access to maybe the marketing information or a membership list to send emails and different things like that. So it's just another thing to be aware of. So within contacts, you can do manage groups. And this is where you can start a group yourself and you can choose who you want in the group. So it would just be about adding contact group. You can give the name of the contact group. So if it's a committee of yours that you're looking at, you just put, I'm just saying test committee, but like I would put committee in here. And if you wanted to put a description of the committee or anything about that, you could do that. You can color code it if you'd like, and then just save. Next, what you would do is you would go to, you see the list of groups right here. You would just go to that committee on that row and go to assign contacts. And within that, you will get a list of, for your club, you'd probably get a list of all your club members. So you could choose who do you want to add to the group. So you just click the buttons or the checkbox in front of their names and then just hit save and it'll save them in there. And that will be your group for your distribution list. And when you want to send an email, you would just go to communication, email services, and you can choose to start a new email, new message. And here, under step 1 is where you can choose your group. So it'll probably be under contact groups. You just open that up by the plus sign and you choose the group that you want. I'm just using myself. I made a test one for myself and I'm the only member in that right now. But so you can do that. You can put a title or subject that you want. I believe you can also create templates. So if it's a message that you're sending out regularly, you could create that template. And that's a little bit more advanced. We'll probably go into that at another time or a future date. But if you need to know that or want to know anything else, please reach out. And just following the other pieces, you can choose what kind, if you're just sending your first name, nickname, you can choose what you're sending there too, the name. And then down here is where you can, if you write it in a Word document, you can cut and paste it here. And there's also a way to put a signature in on every one of your emails if you'd like to do that. And I can go through that at another time, but that's something that you can do within ClubRunner also. And then you can, like Cindy showed us earlier, if there's any attachments, you can add those in. Anything else like a link or anything, you can do that. You can send it to yourself, save it as a draft, send it to everybody, or send it now or schedule for it to be sent a little bit later. Okay. I'll stop sharing real quick. I know that was a lot of information just to share real quickly. And it's also, just so you know, for how to get help with ClubRunner, there are webinars on the website. And actually, I just have a message into the chat. So to locate on the ClubRunner app, when you open it up, there is, hold on one second. If you go all the way out, or if you see like 3 lines on the upper left-hand side, if you click on that, it'll show like this club menu and then district menu. So there's under the district menu, there's what's called a club listing. So that would list all the clubs in our district with their contact information and all of that. So I hope that helps. If not, I can help you separately with that too.
I have a question. This is Susan. So
Hi,
I
Susan.
created my ClubRunner like years ago. And so my password's saved. So now when I want to do the app and it's asking me for my password, I have no idea what it is. So how do I reset it?
So you might have to reset it. Yeah, the club secretary can reset it. And then you just make it a password you can remember. I will be honest, like I have lists of everything everywhere. So
no,
yeah,
I've started
you can just
now,
just reset it. Yeah, you can just have it reset
okay, but
and do it that way.
I have to ask the club
Yeah.
secretary to do that. Okay.
Yep.
Joshua,
Yes.
it's Larry Moss, Harleysville.
Hi, Larry.
How are you? Question. One of the problems I had when I was trying to set up committees on that system is that if you had outsiders on the committee, there was no way to integrate them in there. You know, we have some committees. We have Lions Club members and some other civic organizations. I couldn't figure out how to integrate them. I don't think you can because they got to be on the payroll. You know, they got to be members of Rotary. don't
I
they?
remember within the club, we could add people as like friends of Rotary within ClubRunner, but I don't know if they could actually be part of the distribution group. Probably, I think Cindy's shaking her head no, so probably not. But I'm sure like you could copy that email and send it to just to the group or the people that were non-members, I guess.
You can have, like, for example, speakers, you can add them to a group so that if you want to email speakers for potential memberships, and Shishma, I could show you how to do that.
But it's still duplication of effort. If you can send
Yeah.
out one email and hit everybody, that's the ideal, you know. That's
You can
can't
have,
do it.
well, you can click on those little boxes and send it to your distribution list plus your members just by clicking the boxes. We can show you how to do that.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
So yeah, so if there are, for example, if you have several distribution lists in your club, you click on those boxes and you can send to more than one at once. Once you do it once, Larry, it's easy. It's just doing it once. We can help you with that.
Thank you.
So we have some tips in the chat too. Amy says she uses Dashline for saving her passwords, and also LastPass. I've used LastPass. So instead of just having a Excel file or a Word file, you can also use some of the apps to do that as well. And Janet says you can use 2 distribution lists at the same time. So that's another opportunity. And perhaps Bob has some of the webinars, the link for the webinars. Perhaps there's an answer in the webinars as well, the ClubRunner webinars.
I have a question. When I set up distribution lists and try to add a person to it, if they're on another one, it gives me an error message. And I somehow have to go back in and finagle so that I can get them on more than one distribution list. Is there an easier way to do that?
There's a couple finicky things with that. We'd have to just go through the example of what it is. If there are 2 members or there's 1 member and 1 non-member, we'd have to just go through that. It's not, there's some finicky things that once you do it is fine, but sometimes, like any other software, is sometimes not as easy as you want it to be.
Okay. Another question too on ClubRunner. When I go under district listings for our club, the meeting date is incorrect. Now we have 2 different meeting times. The first Thursday of the month we meet one time. The following Thursdays we meet a different time. What's in ClubRunner is incorrect. Where is that pulling that information from so that we can adjust it so that's correct?
From what one of your club members entered in. So we can correct. That was entered in to ClubRunner by one of your club members at some point, and we can update that.
Okay. We'll have to
email Shishma or me after, and we'll make sure, because we've been working with all the clubs to get their meeting times updated.
Okay, thank you.
That's under web design.
Larry, you said it's under web design?
Yeah, when you're laying out the web, it's one of the sidebars.
Yeah, sometimes the in the app, the club, it's pulling from ClubRunner, but sometimes that's pulling from different places. So we can just make sure.
And that's what we found. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
It pulls from different places, and I'm not sure which place to adjust so that it pulls from the proper place.
I enter my own and it's right. I've never had any outside influence.
And also, just so you guys know, if you've integrated ClubRunner into My Rotary or into Rotary.org, information from ClubRunner can bubble up to My Rotary, but it won't come down. So if you make any changes from in My Rotary, it's not going to come down to ClubRunner. So you just have to double check that sometimes too. But if you have any questions about that, please reach out and reach out to us.
Okay, thank you, Shishma. That was great. I learned a lot about setting up committees and some other finicky things that I wasn't able to perfectly do before. So I thank you for that. And the questions were great too. So I think we're turning it back now to Cindy, right, to talk about the District 7430 website.
Hey, another tool that we have that's been pretty updated all the time that you can use through ClubRunner to find out all kinds of information, and I'm not going to go through everything, is our district website. You use the same member login that you do for your club information. But if you want to find out things about what is going on, there are topics at the top, and let's just look at learning and development. Okay, if you want to know what type of training and topics that we're going to be talking about through the Rotary year, you can click on this and it gives you dates and what the topics are. So you can kind of see, here's what we're planning to be able to teach and develop learning. If you want to find out things about the foundation, you can go to My Rotary, but we have all kinds of updated information on here, from grants to events, etc. If you want to find out about public image, we have about the Rotary branding, we have about social media, and we just had the public image forum last night. We already have the presentation that was given on the public image forum last night. But one of the most things, and people talked about events, which we're going to review a little bit more in the January section. Let's say you want to have your event or find out what's going on or register for an event. You can go to the calendar, or on the left-hand side of this page, you see all of the events. So let's go here. Here's a lot of district governor. The ClubRunner training is on here. So if you wanted to just look and see something, you can click on that date. It's probably closed. And there's online registration right there. It's closed because we're doing that. Let's take another event. Okay. If you just scroll down, we have the Newtowns fundraiser is on there. We have a Pottstown event on there. So all of your events can be advertised on the district calendar. We have Allentown's West Casino Night. If you click on this, it'll say click on purchase tickets. So you can actually very easily register for events. The next big event that we're doing in the district is our Purple Pinky. So now you want to, like, how do I do this? I see it on the calendar. I don't know what. You just click on it and it says click here to register or donate. And you can click right on there and it'll take you to the website to register for that event. So there's a lot of advantages to being able to use the district website and find out any information. Questions on that? Just a little piece of information. So I'm going to stop sharing.
So I think Dan has a question.
Yes, Dan.
For club events, do you have to email the information to Shushma or whoever is working on the website?
No.
Or is that something that...
Actually, no, we're going to review that in January. But if you have a club event, on your website, you can set up that event as a paying event or just an online calendar event. On the first page, when you set up event, there are some buttons that you can push that says share on the district calendar, and that'll automatically go on there. So you don't have to do anything else except click a button, and it's all integrated to find out what's going on. Does that answer your planted question, Dan?
Yes, I was really just setting it up, but yes.
Somehow we knew that. Any other questions? Again, this is just to give you a little taste of the possibilities, and for those of you who've used it to maybe get some different ideas. Okay, I will turn it back to Gwen.
So any other questions for any of our presenters this evening?
No, just one comment. You did a good job of putting everything together, and it was really much appreciated.
Thank you. We try to keep it moving. We intend to do another session like this in January. Also, I would encourage you to attend Amy's public image sessions too. As Cindy said, we'd go to the website, look under Learning and Development. We have everything listed there. You can see what the dates are, and then you can decide if you want to register for the events. But our intention is to keep everything moving as we have these events and respond to your questions and your concerns. So if you have any other topics that you would like to learn about, please let us know. Yes, Charles. We have to unmute you first.
Is that better now?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to let you know, I wanted to get business cards made as I'm the president-elect of the Harleysville club there. And I sent the information to the printer and they said, well, we're not able to get into the website there to get the Harleysville Rotary logo there. You need to do that yourself. So I went in and just kind of played around with ClubRunner, saw the brand, I think up on the upper right on the blue strip there on the top there. And I went to that and I was able to find, what I was looking for. And I emailed it to him and he was able to print the card. So it's just something that you need to just practice with. And when you have free time, just kind of click on a tab and see what's there.
Yeah. And always, if you have questions about branding, Amy's your girl.
Yes.
That's a great tip, Charles. Yeah. So with the redesign of the brand center, you no longer have to be logged in to My Rotary. And that is a recent change just within the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes it even easier now.
Amy, I enjoyed your speech at the Hershey on branding and stuff like that.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Any last comments? Sarah.
So this is going to sound like a planted question, but it's not. So say you are the information collector for your club and is going to report back. If we wanted to find out information such as, payment and cost and things, if we were to switch to ClubRunner for my personal club, who would I contact for that?
You can talk to ClubRunner directly.
Okay.
They're
I didn't know if
very,
it was
if when you call ClubRunner directly, they also, if you go to the ClubRunner website, they have under membership, it's based on your club size, and they give you and they're very good to work with you and help you set up stuff for the very beginning.
All right, perfect.
It really pays off in the long term for your club. It really does.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm just collecting it and I'm reporting back. So it's something we're definitely considering. Thank you guys.
Great.
So Amy says there's actually a 30-day trial.
Oh,
So set
even
up a little
better.
group. Yeah, set up a little group and check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is there a cost to setting it up? Is there a cost? If you're getting a trial, does that mean it costs for them to set up Dashlane or LastPass?
Okay, so the Dashlane and LastPass are independent personal like apps that you might want to consider using, since our digital world has so many passwords. For ClubRunner, the trial is free. And they do, like Cindy said, they do support you in setting it up if you do choose to migrate over to ClubRunner. And it is based on how many members are in your club.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, last call for questions. All right, well, thanks to our presenters. You did a great job. In a very short amount of time, I think we got a lot of information out, and I hope it was easy to follow. We will have another session on January the 24th. We have a couple of topics that we're kicking around, but if you have other ideas, please let us know. So thank you again, and appreciate all your participation and attendance this evening.
Thank
So have a
you.
good night.
Thank you.